Hello, happy Saturday. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Um, just want to get on here real quick and talk about President Trump's uh, potential decision to go ahead and drop the bunker buster on the bunker in Iran, the last big Iranian enrichment bunker they have. Let me bring up a point I saw on Fox News, important, very important point, and that is that. Iran doesn't even need nuclear power. You forget that Iran is an oil producing nation. Uh, they produce an enormous amount of oil for other parts of the world. And a huge byproduct of oil production is natural gas. So they have tons and tons of natural gas. There's so much natural gas in that part of the world that they have big furnaces that constantly burn all the time because there's just so much natural gas they don't know what to do. They have nothing else but to do with it but to burn it. 1% of power in Iran is nuclear. They have absolutely zero need for nuclear power. And it's total bull garbage. Their objective is to build a nuclear bomb. And for those of you with a brain that know how horrific October 7th was, just imagine when they get their hands on the bomb, a nuclear bomb. You forget those type of people, their wettest dream is to die, but not just to die, it's to take other people with them when they die, to take as many people with them as possible when they die. That is their wettest dream. Hamas or Hamas, I like to call them Hamas. You saw what they did. That was all backed by Iran, and they died when finally when the Iranian soldiers got there and took care of business, and Ira- uh, I'm not Iranian soldiers. I'm sorry, the Israeli soldiers got to the kibbutz and started taking care of these slime balls. You saw them guys; they were dying with smiles on their faces because they knew they had taken people with them, innocent Israelis with them. That's just a sample of what can occur once these Iranians, the IRGC, not the Iranian people. Iranian people are wonderful people. Before the revolution, quote unquote, revolution happened when I was a child. I was about eight. I was 8 years old, and Iran was a live and let live type place. It was just like Israel, live, let live, do as you please, as long as you don't harm anyone. It was a free society, you know, very free and tolerant society, good people there, productive society before uh, they were taken over by the Ayatollah and his crew. But what I'm telling you right now is the reason I got into this subject matter is there's a lot of fools out there that think this IRGC Ayatollah is innocent. They're not going to do anything. You got Candace Owens, who is totally lost. I don't even follow her anymore because everything she's producing is just garbage. And Tucker Carlson, he's just as goofy. You know, they go over there to Russia and they believe all that garbage and they're anti-Jewish, which is just to be anti-Jewish is just idiotic. The most idiotic thing a person could ever be is anti-Jewish. They're the most tolerant people on the planet, and anyway, I just wanted to say, don't believe all the bull garbage you see. You can research it yourself. We need to go ahead and finish this off. Finish the Ayatollah. Don't negotiate. Don't no diplomacy because it's all bull garbage. All they do, if we don't do this, all they're going to do is come to the table for diplomacy and go deeper and continue their work and make the bomb. And I promise you, when they finish making that bomb, all hell's going to break loose. Because, like I said, always remember in your mind that these people, their wettest dream is to die. They're thinking of dying for Islam, which is full garbage because Islam is not like that. True Islam is extremely close to Christianity. Matter of fact, a lot of scholars have argued in the past that the Prophet Muhammad had copied Christianity. Matter of fact, Ethiopia, which is a historically Christian country, gave the first Muslims, the disciples, and the Prophet gave them sanctuary. Without the Christians back, the Ethiopian Christians backing them in the beginning, Islam would not be here today. That's how close Christianity and Islam is. So, I forget what I was getting off track, but anyway, um, yeah, what I was saying is these people that go out here and do all this terror like they did on October 7th with killing the babies and all that stuff, the women raping and killing women, and it just and the elderly. I don't know if they ever found that woman, the elderly one with Alzheimer's or not. I hope they have found her. I think she's one of the deceased. They choked the woman to death, the woman that was holding her babies. They choked her to death, killed their babies. That is just the start. Don't forget that stuff. The Israelis are right. We need to finish this. Finish it completely. Get rid of the Ayatollah. Blow up that bunker. Bring the prince, the His Highness, back to Iran and let them rebuild and start over. I remember as a kid when I was 8 years old, I remember going to school every day in my hometown in Fayetteville, all over America actually. They had billboards that changed every day, counting the days they were holding our people hostage over there in Iran when the revolution occurred. Every day, we never forgot them. Every day there was it was on the news, counting the days. Billboards changed every day. But our society now, we've gotten so spoiled. Our youth are so spoiled, and and what I mean by spoiled is America is so good, such a great country. Our lifestyle style is so good that these people have forgotten the past, but I did not. I remember every day seeing that billboard change. And these people are not true Muslims. They're true Muslims are not like that. It's so close to Christianity. It's about peace, loving your fellow human, helping the poor, so on and so forth. And what these people are doing is totally opposite of Islam. Okay, I'm not a Muslim. I'm just telling you, I know a lot about Islam. I studied it at one time. But and there's a movie called The Message. You can look it up on YouTube, and it'll say it's an accurate movie regarding Islam from how it started and everything. But back to the subject matter. Do not believe this bull garbage. We need to go ahead and finish this. I hope President Trump doesn't fall. Well, I know he's not a fool. He's not going to fall for the okie doke, but I hope he goes through and just stops with this 2 week mess. We need to do this right now. We need to finish the Ayatollah, finish blowing up that last facility, make sure they can't produce a nuclear bomb, and we deal with His Royal Highness and help if they need our help, which I strongly doubt. They're one of the world's oldest societies that still exist, and they can go ahead and rebuild. But we need to get Ayatollah and his folks out. Uh, I hope Israel finishes the job, gets this done, and the world's going to be a much better place when they're gone because they are the heartbeat of evil. All the evil that's spread throughout the world, they're a part of it. None of the Saudis, the Jordanians, none of them want that. Believe it or not, the Jordanians, the Saudis, the Kuwaitis, all the people over there in that part of the world, a lot of them like us, love us a lot, like our lifestyle, like our way of life. They love the Israelis, want to deal and have peace. Everybody wants peace and prosperity, except for the Ayatollah and his people. Hazy Balls, which is Hezbollah, Hamas, Hamas, all of them, they don't want peace. Their wettest dream is to kill and take as many people with them as they possibly can. So don't fall for Candace and Tucker and all these other idiots that are out here talking about, oh, they're not peaceful people. Their goal is not peace. Their goal is to kill. So hopefully President Trump will follow through. Hopefully it won't drag longer than the 2 weeks. Hopefully they won't fall for this diplomacy okey doke because it's all bull garbage. Always remember they don't need. This is an oil producing nation. Iran is an oil producing nation. They don't even use nuclear power. It's less than 1% usage. There is no need to enrich as they are. The only reason they're doing it is to make the bomb. Because once they get the bomb, the whole game changes. So hopefully, President Trump will follow through and get this done. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care.